Hello everyone and welcome to Bath Garden Center. Last week we went over aphids, and in this week's houseplant pest video we will be talking about scale. Scale can come in a variety of colors, but it is usually a small brown lump. You can often find scale right in the center here in the veins, along the petioles of your plant here, and on the underside of your leaves. Scale is mobile until it latches permanently to your plant. Scale can be very easy to miss on your plant. It can often look like maybe damage that has been done to your plant, like a little brown spot on your plant. So a big indicator to know that scale is on your plant is you can take your fingernail and just kind of scratch off at the leaf, and if that damaged piece or if that bug comes off, then you know it is scale. So just be aware that scale can look like many different things. So scale will start feeding on the sap of your leaves, and you're going to start seeing damage by yellowing leaves, premature leaf drop, and stunted growth of your plant. Another thing that you're wanting to look for when you may have a scale infestation is honeydew that's on your plant. So look for a clear, sticky residue that might be left behind on your leaves or underneath your plant as well. That is a good indicator of scale. When you're dealing with scale, you will definitely want to isolate your plant like any other pests that you're dealing with. And you can easily put your plant underneath some running water or stick it in the shower to lightly brush off any mobile scale that are still on your plant. When you're doing this, you'll want to be careful about knocking the scale into your soil as well. So kind of hold your plant to the side a bit and let the water run along the leaves, trying to avoid much of the water dropping into your plant. After you've washed away some of that scale, you can use your fingernail or even a Q-tip with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and gently just wipe away any of the scale that you're going to see. After you have removed as many scale as you can visibly see, you'll want to start treating your plant. I recommend using neem oil or insecticidal soap. Both of these options are going to coat the scale, and it's going to help treat any scale that hasn't formed a thick shell on it yet. That's why we want to wipe away as many as we can first, because those are the ones that have stuck to your plant and are not going to move anymore. So these treatments that we're going to use now are going to help with any mobile scale that are still finding a permanent home on your plant. You'll want to make sure that you are spraying down your entire plant, whether you're using insecticidal soap or neem oil. And with your insecticidal soap, it might be a good idea to go ahead and wipe off your leaves as well, especially if you are seeing that honeydew left behind from the scale, that sticky, clear residue. Just go ahead and wipe off the leaves. That'll help any further pests from being attracted to your plant. If your plant is heavily infested with scale, I would definitely recommend snipping off any parts of that plant that are just too heavily infested. We also have non-organic options that are systemic. So this systemic houseplant control here, you can sprinkle into the soil of your plant and then go ahead and water your plant so that the plant starts to absorb the systemic. The way systemics work is when they are absorbed into your plant and the pests eat your plant, that poison in the systemic kills the pests. This option is not safe for your pets or your children, so just make sure that if you are using this one to keep those plants elevated so no one's getting into them. This option is also not going to be good for any edible plants that you might be growing inside your home. And lastly, don't forget to monitor all of your plants regularly. You'll want to make sure that you are checking all of your plants, I would say weekly. And with these treatment options, the neem oil and the insecticidal soap, go ahead and do that once a week until you start seeing that infestation of scale go away permanently, hopefully. Next week, we are going to be talking about fungal gnats, so come back and hang out with us, and we hope you have a great day. And, oh, stunted growth. Wait a second. Infestation, and you seem to can't get rid of it.